Welcome to Ex Machina. Join us as we explore the mysteries of this world. Cryptids, monsters, macabre tales, and horror stories abound. Could they be true? Are monsters real?
Good evening, folks. Thank you for joining us on our 300th episode of Ex Machina. I want to thank you guys so much for making this possible and for being with us through the journey to get here. Joining me tonight is Robbie Rip Rains. Unfortunately, we won't have Dr. Steve tonight as they're both otherwise engaged. But we will try to entertain and we're going to be talking about a lot of interesting things, and we're going to be doing some giveaways tonight too, to show our appreciation for y'all helping us to hit the big 300. Robbie, how you doing, brother?
Doing good. How are you?
Oh, alive and kicking so far, but it's early.
Yep, same here.
And so, anything interesting going out in your neck of the woods?
Oh no, we're still just practicing for our big flag football game. We had a big practice today, so I was just going to play all-time center, but I got moved to defense today too, so I got to do a little bit of running.
It's good for you.
It's okay. We're playing zone. I can drop back and cover two, and I have to cover a big area. So
there you go.
Just don't let them break contain and catch anything in front of me. Just nothing over the top. That's what our coach / lieutenant said today.
Absolutely. Well, folks, for those of you who have been with us from the beginning and those of you who are just joining us, we really want to say thank you guys so much for the big 300th 300th episode presentation tonight, because we wouldn't have been here if it weren't for y'all. I mean, I remember when we first started this out, having 2, maybe 3 people in the chat on a good night and thinking, man, this is never going to take off. And now we've got almost 100 people chatting live right now. And that just, to me, that's just mind blowing. So thank you so much. This is y'all. I mean, we get up here and act like idiots and talk about cryptids, but it's because y'all come back and you guys have shown us so much love and support over the last few years that we're still here and we're still growing. So, this is a big thank you to you guys. Robbie, you've been here since right before the 100th.
Oh yeah, episode 98 or 99 is when I first time I was on. I didn't start co-hosting until like maybe 104, 105, somewhere in there. But yeah, I've been around since right before the 100 mark. So I've been here for at least 200 of them.
It's hard to believe it's already been that many. I mean,
I know.
It's just going by in a flash.
Yeah, it definitely has. I mean, I can think back and remember, when all this got started, and you were like, "Well, why don't you just come on and read your story?" And I'm like, "Okay." And I felt like a fish out of water that night.
Dude, you did fine.
Now look at me. I still feel like a fish out of water. But I'm just more comfortable with being out of the water.
Well,
I'm adapting.
The show has continued to evolve. I mean,
oh yeah,
when we first started it out, Ex Machina I was just going to be interviewing other authors and talking about my books, but we got more into cryptids. And hold on a second, Noah told me to check messages. Hold on.
He's just saying his idea didn't work, and we'd have to do what I suggested.
Okay. Let me try to get a window back up. But yeah, we've definitely come a long way. I mean,
oh yeah,
we I still get nervous sometimes, especially if we're gonna have a really cool guest on. I still feel a little starstruck, but it's a whole different world. I mean,
oh yeah, I remember first time that I was on the show when Cam came on the show. I was like, "It's Cam." It's Cam Buckner.
That's how I felt.
And he was just like, hey, I'll do it. We sat back and talked to him for what 20, 30 minutes before the show started. And I was just like, man, he's so cool. It's just, but, and Doug Highcheck, same way, you know.
Oh yeah, Doug's
watching that show, and you know, and him coming on, you're like, well, he's just so knowledgeable. And MK Davis, and you know, just all the people that this
Dr. Meldrum. We had Dr.
yeah,
Meldrum.
all the people this show that I've watched and knew and listened to, that never in a million years I would have thought that I'd ever got a chance to meet. You know, going to the show or the conference in Florida and talking to Dr. Meldrum and saying, yeah, I'm part of Ex MachiNation podcast. He goes, oh yeah, I remember you guys. And it's just like, what, you really? You remember us? But yeah.
Well, of course we had Kuhnbo on, and
Yeah,
you know, we've had a lot of folks in the community.
Kay Bauer says we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Kind of, yeah.
He ain't lying.
But I like the fact that we've continued to evolve the show, not just do the same stuff over and over. I mean, we're now doing live readings from my books. We do that on Sunday nights. We've gone out to some pretty hairy places and brought back evidence and film. We're looking at the possibility of doing live remotes from these locations. Yeah, I'm excited where the future of Ex Machina is going.
Yeah, and
Cape House, is you still working on Kentucky ballistics?
yeah,
We've reached out. We haven't got a response, but we've reached out.
I mean, you could look at it. They probably get hundreds of thousands of emails a day. So just an email from little old me saying, hey, will you come on our show with 8,000 subscribers? If he's got a publicist that looks at those, it may be a while before that even gets looked at. So stuff like that, it's hard to, you know, it's sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you just got to keep hounding them.
Yeah. All we can do is reach out and, you know, try again if they don't pay any attention to us. I mean, heck, we had Ken Gerhardt on even too.
Yeah. I mean, we've had some big hitters in the cryptid community on. I mean, you know, we've had some pretty good authors on too.
Yeah, Jonathan Mayberry.
Yeah.
You know, hates the one that just quickly comes to mind, but you know, we've had some really good authors on.
The one that wrote the zombie books.
Now I'm drawing.
Is it Gamboa?
Yeah, Alan Gamboa.
Yeah.
And who else we have on? We had more than one zombie author.
Noah said the coolest author. Yeah.
Sean Chesser. We had Sean on. I want to get them both back on. Want to do a zombie episode here coming up in the near thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've got, you know, you and I were on Wayne's show with him, and
yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And we talked about getting them up. I mean, honestly, I thought they were a bigger channel than we are. It was a shock to find out they're a little bit smaller than us, but they were. That was a hoot to be on their shows. We're going to try to get, or not to try. They both said yes. It's just a matter of getting it all lined up, and I think y'all are going to like them. Some of y'all came over and watched. We appreciate that, but there's a lot of people saying your volume's low again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Noah's my sound guy. I don't know what to adjust. The soundboard's got like 1,000 knobs on it. If I touch one of them, Noah will come in and slap me on the hand because I don't know what I'm doing with this mixer board. So I'll try to talk a little louder if I can. Northwood says, speaking of authors, how long until Heart of Iron? I've got the edits well in hand. Noah's coming in to adjust my volume. Pay no attention to the man in front of the green screen. But hopefully I'll have a Heart of Iron done by the end of the week. That's the plan. I've got to get the back cover blurb over to Adam and get him to wrap it up
Well,
wrap up
something
the
happened.
cover.
Is that better?
Is it better? Is it louder? How that?
He sounds the same to me. So y'all in the chat are going to say because
How about now?
nobody said anything.
Nobody saying anything. What do y'all think? Is it volume any better?
That's a powerful magic touch. Mixing board and summon the Noah.
Okay, Jake Light says that's good.
Derek says seems a little scratchier.
Well, that's just gonna happen when I bump the gain up. Like,
Yeah, that happened like a split second, but it's not all
You know
the
what
time.
else I forgot to do? I forgot to turn on crisp.
It's so crisp.
Crisp is my sound filter. Thanks, Noah.
Yep.
Jeff said it sounds better. Chris says he can hear you fine now.
Hear-
Sonia says better than it was. Dog says better.
Yeah, the issue with bumping up the volume on the mic is in order to do that, I have to put more power to the mic. So by raising the power to the mic, what it's doing is giving him more volume, but you're hearing more of the electronic crackle of all of the computer stuff that's plugged in behind it, and just you get a lot of
Hopefully
extra
the,
white noise. But
Hopefully, kicking in crisp helped.
I mean, you sound pretty clear on my end. I don't have a lot to say,
I
barring
raised
that.
the mic a little bit too, so hopefully that'll help. Noah's super tech support.
How quick could you be here if I need tech support, Noah?
He's a phone
Like
call
a
away.
week.
You 3 business days away. I don't care where you're at.
But yeah, hopefully I'll have Heart of Iron out by the weekend. Just got to wrap up the last of the edits. 85% of the edits is just Grammarly having a hissy fit about the dialogue, the way Balkus talks. So if it weren't for that, I probably would have had the edits done days ago. But it's really drag. 85 to 90% is just it. Me saying ignore because it's like instead of saying you, he says ye. Like, how you doing? So with the way Balkus talks, it gives Grammarly a hissy fit. But hopefully, I've got that on the downward descent, and I'll have it ready to go in the next day or two. I've got to finish up the back cover blurb and send it over to Adam, and then we'll once he's got the back cover blurb and the final page count, he'll have the book done and have the cover done in just probably a matter of hours. He's almost ready anyway.
Derek, no, that is the first book in the fantasy series.
Right, it'll be the first one in what's called the World of Valgard series. Hey, we've got a super chat from Vic Kumar. Thank you, man.
Thanks, Vic.
Says, congrats, gentlemen, on the 300th episode. Sorry, I have been extremely busy. I haven't been able to tune in for the last 6 episodes. I changed jobs, hence the availability. We'll tune in the Saturday show. Awesome, dude. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, man.
Vince wants to know beyond the horizon, next 300, what's in store. That's kind of what we were
Well,
talking about.
we're planning on doing more live in the field stuff in the coming future. We want to get some of the names that we talked about, some of them, and some others that we haven't talked about. Want to get some more guests on. Wayne Tethero over at Paranormal Odyssey. We're going to get him and his crew on.
Yeah, and
The
they
guys over
both.
American Whiskey. We'll get those guys on.
And
We'll get
Wayne is.
guys.
I was just gonna say Wayne is said he wants to go do some boots on the ground investigation with us too. So
The guys over at American Whiskey want to too. But we're also going to look at getting the guys from Strange Road, get those guys back on so we can do another marathon 4-hour show.
4-hour show.
Guys.
Just do that one on a Saturday.
Yeah, we definitely do that one on Saturday when Robbie doesn't have to get up the next day. Hey, Wyatt's in the house. What's up, Wyatt?
Wyatt.
Black Bear DAV says, DA, turn your volume up. Oh, Anonymous Montana and gave us a super chat for 10. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, dude. Um, Black Bear, we just adjusted the audio, the volume. Hopefully, it gets better. I'll try to stay closer to the microphone. Cole L says, if you thought about Starlink for mobile, I'm looking into that and a couple other options. Um, yeah, I've got some ideas that we want to play with, so we'll be able to have stronger signal strength in the field. What's up, Noah?
Robbie, say something for me real quick.
Hello, Noah.
Okay. Uh, um,
I guess he just wanted to hear my voice.
I guess so. Curtis Murray says, "I wish y'all could get out onto one of the reservations to research. It's possible.
Yep.
The trick is getting permission to be there. So there's a couple of I've got a couple of inroads in that very thing. I'm going to be looking at seeing about getting out on one of the reservations down in Miami, Oklahoma, and some of the places here in Missouri. I would really like to get onto the access to the Choctaw Reservation down in southeastern Oklahoma because there's a lot of activity down there.
We've had Doug on several times.
Billy Mitchum says, "Guys, your show is bigger than the amount of people you have." What I mean is, now thanks, man. Thanks for the memberships. I was reading that, Noah, and you took it off.
What he said was what he meant was he feels like we look at all the angles and don't just take the easy way out. We try to look at things like we've always said. We look at, we investigate as far as we can possibly investigate it before we start saying portal.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Lene. Miss Lene gave us a super chat. Thank you so much.
You awesome, Miss Lene. Thank you.
She's the best. I need to reach out to Doug Hycheck too. I want to get him back on because I know he's done a couple of expeditions up to Snell Grove since the last time we had him on.
Yeah, that'd be good because he talked about that one the last time he was on too.
I would love if we ever garnered an invitation to go to Snell Grove.
Yeah,
Dude, you know how freaking cool that would be?
very, because that's one of the places on my bucket list.
I would love to go up there. That would be stupid cool.
I got you, Billy. I knew exactly what you meant.
Sorry about that. Got to stifle a yawn. Don't know why I'm yawning. Hey, I want to show something off that's really freaking cool. I know
Cool.
YouTube gets a little pissy if you show we'll call them wireless hole punching devices. We could lose monetization, but this is only related to that. One of our mods, Canton Rip Fist, also known as Dustin. Dustin does custom leather work. And Noah, if you want to post his link in case anybody wants to order something from Dustin, made this for my 1911, and this thing is beautiful. Absolutely love this. It fits my 1911 like a glove. It is such a fantastic, high quality holster. You can see got the brass rivets in the back, brass screws, hand stitched. Man, this is just an absolutely beautiful holster, and I cannot wait to carry it. I literally just got it a couple hours ago. He doesn't have a link. Well, he needs one because I guarantee you there's going to be some folks out there that would want some custom leather work done because this is just too freaking cool not to have. And again, I know I can't show it, but you couple that with an elk horn handle, and it looks pretty badass.
And Anonymous wanted to know where it's Snell Grove, not Snow Grove, but Snell Grove is in Canada.
It's in Canada. It's way up in Canada. The only way to get access to it is by float plane.
It's way off the beaten path, so to speak.
Richard said, "DA, I tried to get us a pontoon. We just could not agree on a price." Well, dude, if there's any way I can help, let me know. I would if I can, I'll help. So that would be awesome to have access to a pontoon boat to hit some of those places especially on Table Rock. But I'm hearing of the other places down on Stockton Lake, on Lake of the Ozarks. We could really get our work cut out for us. There's even supposedly an abandoned campground down on Beaver Lake in Arkansas, and that's right in the Ozarks National Forest, the Ozark National Forest. Um, and Wyatt was telling me about an incident that happened. Wyatt, correct me if I'm wrong. It was a number of years ago. It was down by Excel. No, it's down by Eureka Springs, Arkansas, where I wrote about in Wild Hunt, one of the Apex Predator books, the book two. Happened outside of there. Apparently, some folks got their dog slammed up against the side of their cabin. Imagine that couldn't have been too healthy for the dog, but there are a number of aggressive sightings down in the Eureka Springs area, and that ain't far from Table Rock Lake. I mean, ain't far at all. Northwood says with a pontoon boat, you can set up some heavy firepower for an offshore support. That, and we can also. It's going to have it can carry the a portable generator. It could carry a relay antenna. It could carry extra ammunition. It could carry pretty much all of our equipment and still be able to go right up to the shore, drop us off, then come back and pick us up. Oh, Wyatt says the dog did end up surviving, from what I was told. I couldn't imagine it would have been good for it, but I'm glad to hear the dog survived. But if they're slamming dogs up against the side of your house, I would say that's definitely an aggressive Sasquatch.
Yeah, that's not a friendly fella.
No, definitely not. Okay. Noah says, Dustin says, if anyone wants to reach out to him about leather stuff, you can reach out to him at dustinreeves99@gmail.com. And I'm telling you, that holster is beautiful. I mean, it is fantastic. If you guys are interested in custom leather work, he can do just about anything. Northwood says you almost need something like an old Higgins boat. I tell you what, I'd like to have uh, one of those U.S. Navy Swick boats. That would be badass. Or they've got all that old vintage World War II equipment down in Branson. Can you imagine getting getting a hold of a surplus World War II landing craft? Just roll up on the beach and trap the ramp.
I am in charge of the 1033 program at the police department.
Well, you definitely have to bring that thing on a trailer because there's no way gas mileage would get it here. I think it's about half mile to the gallon, maybe
Probably
less.
half gallon to the mile, probably.
Yeah, I used to joke my old pickup got gallons per mile, not miles per gallon. Yeah. Well, I don't sell him short. No, I guarantee you he could do anything he set his mind to. He may take him a bit to find a pattern, but yeah, he's got some. He's not making saddles. Okay, well, there we go. No saddles, but if you want a holster, I highly recommend. Josh Dalton says a duck boat. A duck boat might work. Something that's low draft and seats quite a few people.
Yeah, any of those little shallow draft boats like that,
But it's got to be, it's got to be big enough to carry at least six to 10 people. Because other than that, if we go into a bad area, like if we went back in, and because as compared to how active Joe Bald is in the wintertime compared to it was in the summer, and then how active Combs Ferry was in the summer, if it's corresponds to the way Combs Ferry to Joe Bald was, if it's far more active in the winter, I definitely ain't going in there with a small group. Steve Payton says, just don't put a PT boat. What was it? Scroll up. Just don't put a PT boat on the Lake of the Ozarks. I don't know, the last time someone did it was bad. Dude, PT boat would be badass. It's shallow draft. Those things were made for riverine operations. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. We're taking long guns if we're going back to Combs Ferry. We are not going in lightly armed.
Anonymous Montana, Mark 19, yeet us, delete us. Yeah, Mark 19 would definitely
Yeah,
do that.
Yeah, where I would get one would be the problem. Richard says the pontoon he wanted to get holds 16 people, 24 feet long. That would be the animal, man. I mean, I've got that portable solar generator. We could set that up on it. We'd have all the power banks we need. I mean, we could outfit that sucker for a major incursion.
Well, usually when we go anywhere, we're the first or second largest standing army in Missouri.
Well, last time we sure were.
Yeah.
And Jenkins and Estrella both want to go again. I think we kind of made believers out of both of them.
Yeah. Including Steve.
Yeah, Steve's no longer sitting on the fence.
No, he fell off the other side and hit hard. Literally and figuratively. He fell so hard what did he break? His fibula or his tibula? One of them.
One of the small bones in the lower leg. K Powers is going after Dogman like it's the beach in Normandy.
Absolutely.
Well, I've got the M1 Garand for it. Yeah, no, you're right. I don't think anybody's planning on carrying a 223.
No. Maybe something that looks like a 223, but
it's a slightly jumped up cousin.
Both slightly jumped up cousins.
Another super chat from Vincent Ellison. Hey man, thank you so much.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
it. Leland Berlin says, talk to Bass Pro about that sponsorship for a pontoon or a boat. I need to. I've looked into trying to get an appointment to see the guy, but it doesn't look like he just, takes walk-ins. So I'm going to have to find somebody that, kind of knows a guy, that kind of thing, to see if I can get a chance to meet up with Johnny Morris, because he's a billionaire. So he doesn't generally take meetings with guys like me.
See, you got to market yourself. You got to say, so when they say, hey, there's a best-selling author that wants to meet with you. Don't tell them what you're best-selling author of. Just because you're not lying. You are a best-selling author.
True.
Just don't tell them what kind of books you write. Then when you get in there, and what kind of books you write? Well, there you go. Let's talk about this.
Dude, that would be freaking cool. Hey, we're coming up to the bottom of the hour. Let's do a 2-bird with 1 stone thing. How about you tell us a little bit about Scallywag, and you could probably show off one of your new acquisitions.
I have some new props.
And then after that, I believe you've got a hat you're going to give away.
Whichever one you want to do first, a hat or the coasters.
Either one, whichever one you want to do.
It don't matter to me. It's whichever. I'll let the chat pick which one they want me to give away first, the hat or the coasters. It's 4 coasters or a hat, either. Whichever one we do now, do the other one later. So whatever the chat wants, we'll do it that way. But as he was talking about, Scallywag Tactical, one of our affiliates, veteran owned, he just got me a couple of new. This one is the Mantis, which I've had my eye on these ever since they brought them out. I love this little thing. This is awesome. And
there seems to be a conspiracy going on, because whenever I have money, they're sold out of those. But whenever they have them in stock, I never have any money.
Yep. Then got the old Double Trouble here. Little boot dagger. DA's got one of these.
Got this one too, called the Crow's Nest. I love this little knife.
And then I got the bigger brother to the Crow's Nest, the Skinner Kydex knife and scout carry configuration. You can turn this to carry it on that way too, but it's just one of those little modular deals. So as you can see, they've got every kind of knife you could possibly want, because I've still got the old standbys, my big ones. So head on over to Scallywag Tactical, check them out. They've got 26 new blades I think they're bringing in.
They discontinued a bunch too, so if you didn't get a chance to get a bounty, You probably won't now. I don't think the bounty or the gunner's mate, either one, are coming back.
Well, don't say that, because remember they did that with the orca, and we thought the orca was gone, and now the orca is back on there. So you never know. As it stands right now, it looks like the bounty and the gunner's mate may be gone. But I would suggest, as popular as the gunner's mate is, there probably enough people ask for that, and he'd get that back.
Well, they had one from years ago called the Valhalla, and they call it the white whale now, or say some people call it the unicorn, because they never brought it back, and it's extremely hard to get. Only way you can ever find one is if you find a scallywag, because in the scallywag group on Facebook, sometimes if guys are getting ready part of their collection, they'll sell them in the group, and the one that everybody's the most looking for is the Valhalla.
Chris, every one of their knives either comes with which I'm not a big fan of the nylon, but every one of their knives comes with some type of Kydex sheath or nylon sheath. Other than their folders, their pocket knives, those don't come with, but all their fixed blades, well, at least every one that I've got, and I've started building up a pretty good collection of them. I'm almost catching up with DA. If he'll slow down for a little bit, I'll probably catch him. But other than that, I won't
I've
catch
slowed
him.
down on everything.
I know.
The way things are going right now, I'd have to finance bubble gum right now.
But yeah, every fixed blade knife, including
Thanks,
the big
3D.
ones, come with some kind of Kydex or nylon sheath. So head on over, hit code DA Roberts 10 at checkout. Check out the blemish blade section. Most of the time it's just a box that's messed up. Which the last, I mean, like this, which like I said, I've had my eye on these. This is like $14.99. I'm like, yep, put that in there. Then I ordered those 3, and then sure as world, I see the next day, I see where they've started taking Sezzle, which is going to be what bankrupts me. It's all these companies like Palmetto State Armory, Dark Angel Medical, now Scallywag, three of my favorite companies taking Sezzle, and Bear Creek Arms or Arsenal takes Cordova. So I'm going to go broke buying guns and knives, but it is what it is. Go check them out. DA Roberts 10 at checkout. Tell them we sent you. That's all I got to say about that. And I wasn't able to watch the chat. I saw one person say hat, but did you see?
I was kind of watching. I didn't see a whole lot of cry out for either one, but just pick one, and we'll come up with something real quick for how to give it away.
Well, we'll do the hat first, since I did see at least somebody say hat.
Okay. Give me just a second. I'm looking something up.
Antonio, I do have my own show, but it's kind of, we've got some issues going on with the place that we record at, and so it's on the back burner. I have more fun doing this show anyway, to be honest. I didn't see that Chris had I didn't see Chris's question. What was it?
Do they make thigh holsters for knives?
If you're talking about specifically Scallywag, I don't know, but I mean they do make drop leg and thigh holsters for certain knives. I don't know if Scallywag does particularly. I mean, you could, but that's the thing about them. You can email. I sent an email one time, and Craig himself emailed me back. I mean, he's good about that. So if you got a question, get on the website and go to that contact us. Send them an email. They will answer you. So if you got a question about a thigh rig or something like that, send them an email. They'll answer you. They're really good about that. That's what I've said before. like you go to Kershaw or any of those big brand name knife companies, you're just a number to them. Craig's gonna do,
Oh yeah,
if it's something he can do, he's gonna help you.
absolutely. Richard, is this any better? I was kind of leaned away from the microphone. It's it's one of those condenser microphones where it's right in the front, and if I move away from right where it's at, it kind of loses me a little bit. So hopefully you can hear me a little better now. I'll try to quit leaning off to the side and talking. Um, so which one are you gonna do first, the coasters or the hat?
The hat, that there's a lot of people popped up and said hat after we
Okay.
said that.
Which one of the hats are you gonna give away?
I'll probably give away one of those OD green ones with the and I'll do the OD green with the black mesh, and you have your choice of the Wild Hunt logo, um, the Ex Machina, which is the little
Yeah.
symbol right here, that one, or what else, DA, would you suggest? What,
Hmm.
or just, or well, the Punisher one was pretty good. We could do that
Yeah.
one too.
The Bigfoot carrying the flag was cool.
Yeah, that's true. But we'll just for the show purposes, we'll just say the Wild Hunt or the Ex MachiNation.
Okay. So Antonio Vasquez says we need DA and Robbie Liquor, guys. I'm not opposed to it. Um, let's see.
You never know where things will end up.
How about we do a trivia question? Okay. Um, Here's for those of you guys who have read. You're gonna have to have read the sci-fi books. Okay. Um, and for those of you who haven't read them, I'm sorry, but those books are part of the canon universe, so those do count as part of the rest of the universe. In the sci-fi series, what is Duncan Kane's ship called?
I'm watching.
First one with the correct answer wins the hat. No, Sonia, it's not the Valhalla. It's a good guess, though. Paulita. Nope. Sorry, Derek. The good ship Lollipop. That's funny. SS Big Nuts. Nope. All good, all great guesses, but that's not it. Yep, Karen Polson got it. The Lady Z.
Yep.
Lady ZU, which in Chinese ZU means freedom. Karen Polson wins the hat. Congratulations, Karen.
Well, Miss Karen, you've already got my information,
Just
my
reach out to
email.
Robbie.
Just send me an email and tell me which one you want, and we'll get it to you.
We've got a few other things we're going to be giving away too. Robbie's got a set of coasters he's going to custom etch, and those coasters are pretty badass. I've got a set of them. Well, the one I've got on my desk is wet, so you couldn't see the logo because the cup
Now,
of the ice in my cup.
this won't be what it's on, but stuff like this.
Yeah. And we're also going to be giving away this. It's an ouch pouch from Dark Angel Medical. We'll be giving that away here soon. And I'm going to be throwing in a couple of books. And well, I think with each book, you'll also get a Wild Hunt patch. So how about that? We'll give away a couple of copies of books, and well, it'll depend on if I've got them in or not. So I'll let you guys decide which book you would like, because I've got most of them on hand, but some of them I might have to order. So when we go to the point of giving away books, it depends on what I've got in stock. As we were stocked up for a convention, but we didn't sell out. But there are a few books that I just don't have on hand. And yes, Sonia, they'll be signed.
And Casey, we kept going. I didn't get a chance to answer. I appreciate that. Casey said that hat he got from me is one of the most comfortable ones he's got. I've been pretty impressed with those hats. You got a couple of them, DA.
Yeah, I wear my DA Ex Machina hat all the time.
And I took one of the Punisher hats that I didn't sell. That's been kind of like I've been rotating between that and my Dark Angel medical hat. That's pretty dang comfortable hat. No problem, Cajun Dog. You're here now. That's all that matters.
Drop something. I'm not going to be able to get it. It's under my chair. But yeah, well, with each book, I'll do one of the Wild Hunt patches as well. I don't have any here on my desk, but they're back in the.
You want me to grab one to show?
I know I had one. I just don't know what the hell I did.
I got one just right off camera. If you want me to grab it.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and grab it.
Just right here, folks.
Yep, I've got a few of those left from the convention, and when we give away a book, the book will be signed, and it will include one of those patches as well. I've got a piece of paper to write down the people who win. K Bowers, hopefully we'll have a chance to put those up on the website when we get turned over to Fourth Wall. I got to get some more patches ordered in. I don't have a whole lot of them left, but I got to get some more ordered in, and then we'll see what we can get done.
Hey, real quick, with the host dashboard for YouTube, I can actually pop up a Q&A with the audience. So before you ask the next question, send it to me, and I will plug it into the Q&A. Okay. So when you ask the question live, we can pop it up in text so people can see it a little better.
Okay, well, keep up your chat window because I'll throw.
I've got the admin dashboard up right now and my chat, so no worries.
Okay, well, I've got to put the chat up on one of my screens so I don't lose it to the other stuff. God dang it. Sorry, I got stuff popping up all over the place. There we go. That's better. Okay. All right. No, I have not made an Apex Predator patch. We're looking into it. Apex Predator is one of the series that we didn't do a symbol for. Codename Wild Hunt's got their symbol. There's the Frost Pistol symbol for Dark Frontiers. I don't have one for Lakeview Man. I don't have one for Apex Predator, but we're working on it.
We actually had a big discussion about that while we were in Ohio because we were talking about other. It's hard to really make merchandise for those books because we don't have Wild Hunt's real easy. The Ex MachiNation is real easy. Dark Frontiers is real easy because there's set symbols for it. Even Man's Marauders is easy. I mean, because I've got some stuff I've done for Man's Marauders, but yep. So that is something that's being worked on and talked about.
And hopefully it's something we'll have done fairly soon. Thank you, Sonia. I really enjoy the Apex Predator series. It's one of my favorites to write because I've got a plethora of fun characters to write for. So I enjoy writing the Apex series, and I really wish we'd have come up with like an overarching symbol for the entire series when I first started it. But the idea didn't even really come to me until we came up with the unit patch for Codename Wild Hunt on how handy that is to have, one crest that represents a series. And so we're working on making sure we've got them for all of them. 3D Havoc says he thinks he's more excited to see more of my fantasy stuff now. I'm really excited about releasing that. I was nervous that it wouldn't be well received because it's fantasy. But I think the response we got the other night when we did the reading, I think was awesome. Plus the feedback we've been getting on the Patreon is just fantastic. Phyllis's plethora is my favorite word. I try to work that one in every once in a while. Josh Dalton says Lakeview Man. I lost the comment. It shot upward. Lakeview wouldn't be like a sheriff's office patch. That's a good idea. Lakeview Man could be kind of like a sheriff's patch with like maybe a Bigfoot in the center of it or something. Antonio says, am I gonna have my own song? I don't know. Hadn't really thought about that. And there was another question. Oh, Kay Bauer says, could the apex predator symbol be be a star with slashes ripped through it? Maybe.
I kind of like Facebook user's idea. Did you see his?
Missed it.
It says, I say use a werewolf/wolf's head with tomahawks behind it.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
I like that a lot. And then just like apex predator and words around it.
Seeing as how we might be fixing to start making our own tomahawks.
And Noah's right. We'd have to make sure that the patch was discernible. We're not impersonating police. But the Walt Longmire mysteries, Craig Johnson makes and sells what look like official police Absaroka County Sheriff's patches. And they're on his website. It legit looks like a department patch. And he's got Absaroka County Sheriff's hats too. So it's a fictitious county. So I don't think, especially since we didn't actually call it Stone County and Sloan County doesn't exist, I think we could probably get away with it.
Yeah, as long as you put Sloan County, Missouri, because I'm sure there's a Sloan County somewhere.
I'm sure. Yeah, as long as we put, instead of like the Great Seal of the state of Missouri, like most departments have, put like a silhouette of a Bigfoot or something like that. Don, I haven't forgotten. Still working on it, man. Scott beats his bone tomahawk. Robbie gets cringy when he hears the words bone tomahawk.
I freaking hate that movie. That is the worst movie ever made. Other than maybe and I hadn't seen it, but maybe the one I was talking to you about tonight.
Oh, that's cool. Put a silhouette of an eagle on it and make it gray. A gray eagle. Kind of like that. That's not bad, Noah.
Yeah.
Kay Bowers says could have a department style arm patch with Dogman, Bigfoot, Apex Predator. Well, the Lakeview Man deals with the sheriff's department. The Apex Predator guys aren't cops, so that might be better for Lakeview Man than for Apex Predator. But I kind of like the idea of, well, we've got a number of different ones we could choose from, but like a howling wolf or a gray eagle. With Apex Predator, maybe cross tomahawks. I think that's pretty badass. Maybe we can come up with something like that.
Or how about this? This might get a little maybe too involved, but you have the werewolf head or wolf head or whatever with the cross tomahawks. Then kind of behind that, you have like a big silhouette of a tree with a gray eagle perched on it watching them.
That would be a little complex for a book cover. It'd get a little busy, but I could see how that would work. But it would also be very tough to embroider on a patch.
True.
I like the idea, but it would have to be big enough where they could see the details. Derek Buckles says, but the question is, in the next Apex Predator, will we see a dogman with scales and wings? I guess you'll just have to wait and see. Hey, Greg Ogles is in the house. Hey, Greg. Don Donaldson says, a gray eagle with crossed arrows.
Old dogman eye candy in the house. And Erica, yes, I would not waste your time watching that darn movie. I I don't like body horror movies, stuff like the Centipede and Hostel. I just that's not,
just freaked me out.
Slashers, stalking people, and quick kills and things like that, or people getting shot. I don't mind any of that, but that body horror stuff where it's just where people or directors or whatever are just trying to be gross, just to push the boundaries, just to see how far they can go. That's just not me. I want something good old fashioned that I don't know. I just that Bone Tomahawk is just one of those that just tries to push the boundaries, just like the movie with DA and I were talking about earlier, the Terrifier, that series. It's just how far can we push it without having to go to an X rating? And I don't like any of that stuff. If you like that stuff, that's fine. I'm not. It's just me. I don't personally like that kind of stuff.
Old L says for Lakeview, man, you could always have a Bigfoot coming out of the water with a star behind it. That's kind of cool. Eric Buckle says a plot is a wonderful thing. Most movies don't have it nowadays. Thank you. Hey, it's Kay. She congratulates on 300 episodes.
Thank you.
Do you want to do the coasters now?
You want to split it up and get?
Yeah, we got at least, well, with counting the coasters, we got 4 more things to give away, and we're
Also,
already almost through the first hour.
You want to do the ouch pouch first, and then do the coasters later?
Yeah, let's do the ouch pouch. Then we'll do the coasters. So I need to come up with a trivia question. I need to send it to Noah real quick. Let's see. Give me just a second. Hey, Robbie, what was that movie you were telling me about? Werewolf or werewolves?
Werewolves, the one's coming out in just I think December with Frank Grillo. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, that's werewolves.
Okay, I got one, and I just sent it to Noah. Noah, let me know when you're ready, and I'll ask it, and then you can go live with it.
Might be a bear outside.
Might be. You've had a couple of them.
That don't sound like the rabbit growls.
No.
Noah said he's ready.
Okay. All right. Well, if Noah is ready, then I will go ahead and ask it. This one comes from the Ragnarok Rising books. How does Wiley lose his eye?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a deep dive.
What? Well, I'm not just mean the event. I mean, what object takes out his eye?
Oh, either way would have been a good deep dive, but that might be a little bit further.
Chad Black says a raven. Nope. Derek Buckles is correct. It's basically it's the finger, but the claw gets jammed into his eye. Antonio, nope, wasn't a knife. No, it's Derek Buckles. Thank you, Lisa. She said congratulations on our 300th episode.
Thanks,
Derek,
Lisa.
Just shoot me a message on Facebook, dude, and give me your address, and I'll get this sent out to you. Congratulations, Derek. You got the ouch pouch.
Ouch. Ouch.
Noah, well, now you're really qualifying it, Noah. But I will accept that, zombie finger / claw.
Well, did you see what Derek said?
What do you say?
I'll roll it back up. Of course, my mouse stopped working. It's not working. My mouse wheel's not working. There it goes. I was just rolling and it wasn't moving. He said AJ. Dang it, I lost it again.
Oh, Derek said AJ said stalker claw above me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Derek, thank you for putting that out. I didn't catch it. I missed it. Oh, okay. No, I guess AJ got it. AJ, send me a message with your address, and I'll get that out to you. Derek, dude, thanks for being for pointing that out, because I hadn't even caught it. Appreciate you being honest about that. 3D says Derek gets one Band-Aid from the ouch pouch for being legit. Well, maybe we'll let maybe we'll have to see about getting him something just for being awesome. So Don Donaldson had the scene right. It was the finger at the dam when it gave away. Yep. Aliwa Wolf, no, I still don't have a PO box. Right now it's just a question of I don't really have the money to get one. Not I'm not trying to sound like I'm soapboxing or anything like that, but things are kind of lean right now, so we'll just leave it at that. Derek says he has a vehicle kit and a dark kit. Those are both good kits. 3D says maybe Derek should get a tourniquet. I don't know if I've got an extra tourniquet to send him. I'd have to see if Doc would throw me a tourniquet. But I can check and see what I've got. Derek says he has 2 of them. Hey, Jeff Yarrington's in the house. What's up, Jeff? I was going to say something, completely lost my train of thought. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that werewolves movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks really good in the previews. It's got Frank Grillo in it. It's got Lou Diamond Phillips. The directors and producers have all had some pretty good stuff on their resumes. Looks really good.
Antonio says Doc's coming back, right? Yeah, Doc's just been busy. Hopefully he'll be back with us pretty soon.
Yeah, he would have been here tonight, but he's got they had a bad snowstorm and it stopped his internet. So
got a super chat from Hooter Transport.
Thank you, Miss Lene. That's what I was about to get ready to ask you to do.
So here's a down payment on a pack of Hubba Bubba grape. Thanks, buddy. Miss Lene, remind us of something?
No, somebody was asking him about the link for my stuff, and Miss Lene just jumped right on it and put my link
awesome.
up.
She's right on that stuff.
She is. Because I was just going to say Miss Lene, and as soon as I got bit out of my mouth, it popped up. Mod extraordinaire.
Yeah, Cole L says as long as they didn't show the best parts in the preview. That's happened with movies where they show the absolute best part. You watch the rest of the movie and like, man, this was.
I don't think they did, because they barely show the werewolves, and they show a little bit of the transformation from like the installation where they've got some of the people, but really they don't show a whole lot in the trailer. I think it's one of those good ones where they show you just enough to say, man, I want to go watch that.
And Talo Pampanen says, I'm out. 4 a.m. comes early and fast. Have a great night, man. Get some rest. Thanks for being here with us. 3D Havoc said, "Here's to 300 episodes into the mods," and the mods are awesome. They do a
Yep.
fantastic job.
Cape, you're right. It does look like well, they do have a crazy guy in there. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to make it through the movie, but unfortunately, too, he reminds me a lot of me. The one that shows the wolf killer on it, he's got the paint on his face. I'm like, why does that guy remind me so much of me? Because he's probably not going to make it, but through halfway into Act 2.
Well, you know why? Because he doesn't have a Robbie Wrangler.
True. That is probably the 100% accurate reason that he does not make it, because he does not have a Noah. He does not have somebody say, "Get your butt back over here before you become Wolf Chow."
Antonio Vasquez says, "Have you guys heard about the Sedona Bradshaw Ranch?" I don't think I have. Have you, Robbie?
Not talking.
It's not ringing any bells.
What is it? Tell us. You have us intrigued.
Jay Freiberg says The Legend of Buster Scruggs. The best scenes were in the trailer.
That's the one with the little guy that was in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, right?
Yeah.
I've
never seen that movie.
Thought you was a toad. Cole, you're right. Most werewolf movies tend to be disappointing. There's been the good ones like Dog Soldiers. They don't give it the credit it deserves. You know, people talk about Underworld, but I think that was more of a glorifying vampires movie than even Rise of the Lycans. I still think they kind of made the werewolves play second fiddle, but you know, good werewolf movies are few and far between. So I really hope this one kind of knocks it out of the park.
Justin Oldfart says Apex Predator silhouette of a couple of trees, a silhouette of a dog man between, and the glowing eyes. I kind of like that. That's freaking cool. Oh, and we're at the top of the hour. How about we hear a quick word from Doc, and then I've got a question for all of y'all. So let's hear a quick word from a short word
from a short feller.
And then I've got a question for all y'all in the audience.
Hey everybody, this is Kerry Pocket Dot Davis from Dark Angel Medical, and you are listening to DA Ex Machina with DA Roberts. You may recognize me or some of my products from Dark Angel Medical in some of the Apex Predator, Lakeview Man, and Wild Hunt books, and you can get those products at www.darkangelmedical.com, along with training classes on how to use those products and save a life. Shoot us an email at info@darkangelmedical.com and be the difference.
And if you go to darkangelmedical.com, don't forget to use discount code Cryptid20 for 20% off your entire order. And it is HSA and FSA certified. So if you're a first responder, you can probably get those at a greatly reduced, if not, comped by your HSA and FSA programs. So the question I have for y'all is, what would you guys like to see us, look more into, things you would like to see more from us in the next 300 episodes? What are some things that you guys would like to see? I would like to hear your input.
Yes,
Kate
please.
Powers is, in all seriousness, how tall is Doc? Doc's what, about 5'6"?
Yeah, 5'6", maybe 5'6.5" ish, somewhere in there.
He's not a tiny fellow, but we sure like to give him crap though.
I mean, he's shorter than we are, but
he's 4 foot nothing.
He's shorter than me and DA, but
yeah, but not by much. Just a few inches, just enough for us to give him grief.
Yep. Because there's like an inch between me and DA. He's like 5'10", I'm 5'9", so we look like the cell phone tower signal if we're standing in a line with each other. Doc's just a big drop off. when you get to Joe Bald and your signal really drops off, that's where Doc's at. But we love him.
I'm typing something to Noah. Okay, I've got the next trivia question picked out. I know Robbie's gonna like this one, because it's a very Robbie centric trivia question.
Then
And
nobody's probably gonna get it.
even if you guys haven't read this book, I'm sure you guys have heard us say this. We made reference to this many times on the show, but yeah, you have your thinking cap on, because if you haven't read the book, you're gonna have to rely on remembering us giving Robbie grief and laughing.
Then maybe they will remember it.
They probably will. But how about we give away a book? What do you guys think? Noah says he's got it ready. I will give away a signed copy of book of your choice if I have it in stock. I'll have to double check. And along with that book, the autographed copy of the book, will go one of the Wild Hunt patches. So book and a patch. I'm going to give away one now, and we'll give one away, the other one away toward the end of the show. Noah's getting ready to post the trivia question. Here's the trivia question for the book and the.
Greg
and
says
the,
more cowbell.
More cowbell. More cowbell.
More cowbell. I like the cowbell.
And whoever wins, make sure you guys reach out to me. I'll need to write it down. But in the Dark Frontiers books, when Declan and the crew are riding up, and they meet Wild Bill Hickok for the first time, what does Jed say? Wyatt says, Jesus, there are two of them. That's pretty damn close. Yeah.
That's close, but that's not exactly what I said.
That's not exactly it, but we have to give him the cigar for that one, though.
Well, give it, see if anybody gets it 100%
Let's see if anybody gets it all verbatim. Angel Calloway says, not another one. Again, close like a... Jay Freiberg just hands up. Kay Bauer says, I thought he'd be taller.
All things that I probably would have said, but...
Wyatt's been the closest so far. Greg says, am I having double vision?
That would have been a good one. That would have definitely been a good one, Greg.
I've been drinking over there too with these bastards now. No, that's not it. That was just, that would have been funny as well. Billy Mitchum says twins. 3D Havoc says, oh Lord, not another one. And that flashlight in your pocket, are you happy to see me? All good answers, but so far Wyatt's been the closest. Let's give it another few seconds to see if anybody actually gets it verbatim. But Wyatt's pretty much the absolute closest so far.
Because if you know me, I probably wouldn't have said it that way. There's a specific way that I would have said it.
Guess we're going to give it to Wyatt. The actual verbatim quote was, "Oh shit, there's two of them," and Wyatt was pretty close. So Wyatt, just get with me and I'll get you a copy. Oh, you've already got a patch though. I know you got a couple copies of some of the books, but we'll figure something out. They gave it, or I'll give you one of the Man's Marauders patches. Or if you want another one of the Wild Hunt patches, that's fine too. But Wyatt, shoot me a text, and instead of mailing it to you, we'll just meet up sometime to grab lunch, and I'll just give it to you since you live not about less than an hour away. So we'll write that down. Book and patch. AJ won the ouch pouch. All right, I got those written down.
You want to keep up with all of them, or just what you're sending?
No, why you won it fair and square, dude? You were the closest. We've got other stuff to give away. I'm not too worried about it. So, don't worry about it, Wyatt. Well, I'll get you a copy of whichever book you want, and a patch of some sort. And we've got another one to give away for the night's out. Who knows? I might get crazy and add another one. But some of the ideas for stuff to do on the show. Would anything jump out at you?
Honestly, I was looking at for the answer to the question, and I really forgot to look for that. So let me.
Steve Payton says, Karen, he was answering Karen about reading emails. Kay Bauer says, DA, I really think if you found someone good at video stuff, we could see a short live action to tease for a movie. I would love to do that. Between Noah and Adam, I bet they could do the edits and the special effects. I mean, Adam does, really good animations. He does the one behind me, with the eyes fading in and out, and the other one with the animations of the creatures moving around. Adam did both of those. Between him and Noah, they could probably do something pretty amazing. N4 UPD says, what are you guys doing for Halloween? I think we're planning a family night for Halloween.
Unless he's talking about us, because this is what we're doing for our Halloween show.
This is kind of our Halloween show. But the folks over at Greg House and the gang,
Woodwalkers.
Just do a complete brain fart there. The Woodwalkers are going to have a Halloween special tomorrow night. I wouldn't want to step on their toes since they've already got it planned.
Which they did
more encounters.
They do want me and you to be on there if we can, but I got a football game I got to work. So
I know I was wanting to do some family stuff tomorrow night,
but y'all go check them out regardless of whether me and DA can make it or not, because they're gonna have a pretty cool show. Because Misty was telling me about it today, and it sounds like it's gonna be a hoot. Which their shows are always a hoot, but go check them out anyway. And me and DA will be there if we can. I've got a football game I got to work, so I don't know if I'll be able to get home in time. I may jump on after I get home, but I rolled back a pretty good ways, DA. I didn't really see anything.
AJ said current events like the Amazon driver and historical events as well. Yeah, we can definitely try to do more of that, because every once in a while something pops up in the headlines that just really doesn't make any sense. I'm still trying to dig into that incident that happened in Montana where the guy was mauled by a bear, but the law enforcement's like, that's no bear. And that it was not a black bear. So I'm just still digging into that one. I thought we had an interesting one with another soldier disappearing on Fort Leonard Wood. After that Marine disappeared, was it earlier this year or late last year when that Marine
Camp
disappeared?
Lejeune?
Yeah, they disappeared on Fort Leonard Wood. He was training on Leonard Wood.
Oh well, there's one that disappeared at Camp Lejeune too.
We need to
I
look
don't know
into
if it was this year, but
the Marine that disappeared on Leonard Wood, they've never given an explanation on what happened to him. But here recently, another soldier disappeared, and they found her body in a dumpster. She was murdered. But but the other one is still unexplained. Kay Bauer says animated Blackhawks flying over a forest, fast rope personnel with NVGs and such, some heavy metal playing. Yeah, I could see that. Misty says you won't be stepping on our toes. It's Halloween. Everyone should do one if they want to. Well, appreciate that, but like I said, I think Annette's got a family evening planned, so who knows? We'll either join you guys or we'll do something crazy, I'm sure. Looking to see if we missed anything. Kevin Bode says, I enjoy everything because it's constantly evolving. I know one of the things that we haven't done a whole lot of in the past, and I want to kind of throw this out there to y'all, is we haven't done a whole lot on UFOs. It's not because I don't believe in UFOs. I do. I firmly believe there's life out there somewhere, but it's just never been a subject I've been that interested in.
Yeah.
Um,
And typically, those shows that we do that are not really heavily into cryptids don't really do that good either.
yeah, we've done some ghost shows and we've done some UFO shows, and they just don't get the views. I mean, we don't get near as many people watching them. But if you guys want them, I mean, we can do more of paranormal slash UFO UAP kind of stuff. But like I said, traditionally we've shied away from them because one, I'm not super interested in UFOs. Uh, but they're classically they're shows that don't get they get about half the views the others do.
Yeah, I think that our core group of watchers are the same way, and honestly, I think people can tell when we do shows like that we're not as into it as we are when we talk about cryptids or other things. And I mean, that translates.
Yeah. KC, I don't even know where Fredericktown is, so I'd say we're probably a safe distance. I hadn't heard anything about a battery fire. Derek Buckle says, "What about unsolved crime mystery cases from your area?" Yeah, we can do that. I've been getting a lot of comments on one of the shorts we just did that I posted to TikTok. It was a promo short that we did for the follow up on the Return to Joe Bald show we just did a week or so ago. But I've been getting a lot of comments uh, about that short that we released, and one of them I'm going to see if I can reach out to the person that made the comment. But apparently, in Joe Bald, a group of 3 people went missing and nothing ever came of it. They never heard any more about it. And apparently, it was fairly recently. And I didn't hear anything about it at all. But I do know when Steve and I first started digging into Joe Bald, we found at least 8 disappearances in or around the park. Now, I'm not saying they didn't drown, but because Table Rock's deep. In that channel we crossed to get to Combs Ferry, it was well over 200 feet deep. Very hard to find a body in that much water. But one thing Table Rock is well known for, and why divers love Table Rock Lake, is the water's cold and the water's clear. So it seems weird to me that that lake would have so many missing in it. Because the water is notoriously clear. That's why a lot of divers go to Table Rock. Um, but associated with Joe Bald, I'm not talking other campgrounds, just associated with Joe Bald that were never explained. And when you've got a group of 3 that go missing, I don't think that was a drowning. I find it tough to think unless the other 2 drowned trying to save the first one. But what are the odds? If a group of 3 people did go missing in Joe Bald, that to me is another pretty big red flag. When you couple that with sightings in the area, I went on Map Squatch to see if they had anything down in that area, and they didn't. But I know I personally have taken more than a dozen reports in that area, and it ain't far from Joe Bald, where Wyatt and Richard were having a lot of contact. They go in by boat at night. And Wyatt was telling me about another area that he believes there were dogmen in that area, simply by the way they were acting and the number of them. And if it's not far from Joe Bald, it's probably the same group. I very much believe these things can swim, and they probably use that lake to move around. And Robbie and I have talked about, one of the things we've talked about quite a bit is that we don't think these things so much migrate as have a range, like a mountain lion. And Wyatt, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's like 700 miles of shoreline to Table Rock Lake, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's
That
what
is
we
a
were talking
that
about.
is a that is a big range for a large predator. I think they just move around Table Rock Lake to different hunting areas. I think that's why Big Bay is active at certain times of the year. I think that's why Combs Ferry is active at certain times of the year. I think that's why Joe Bald is active at certain times of the year. I think they're moving around the lake.
Well,
because that lake is largely unsettled.
I think the reason Joe Bald, that part of it is only active at certain times, Bigfoot wise, is because I honestly think Jessica's onto something about there being something kept underground there. And I think that's the area where the dogman is kept or is housed, for lack of a better term, by certain 24-hour service trucks that we don't know what they service. Apparently, they 24-hour dogman service trucks are what they are. But I think that's why you won't find Bigfoot in there during certain times.
I think so too.
Derek says 800 miles of shoreline, according to Google.
Well, that is a ton of area for something to have range, and it would never even have to leave the state of Missouri.
Sonia said we missed a question. What question did we miss?
Well, I don't like to say anything bad about any particular, but these television shows are there for ratings. They're not. They're not. None of them are true researchers. They're just making a TV show for ratings. And I'm not going to say which show it was, and I'm not going to say where they were, and I'm not even going to say who they were talking to. But I know it from firsthand from another researcher who had a chance to take one of those one of those groups to a hot area, and they refused and instead filmed in a city park.
Yep.
So those shows are just for ratings.
I know
They're
exactly
not-
which show you're talking about.
They do not care about actual research, and I don't think they care whether they find anything real. I think most of what those shows find, like, well, you know what shows I'm talking about. I think they make stuff up just for the ratings. It's all about making money on those shows. It's not about providing any substantial information. It's not about doing any actual research. Most of those shows are just cash cows. They're just to make money off the topic. There's no actual research done by any of those shows.
Well, and honestly, most of you
Just a guy. Yeah, they were at a city park less than 100 yards from town. A city park at the edge of town, less than 50 yards from the parking lot.
Most of y'all who watch us fairly competent in the woods. I mean, I know not everybody that does, but I can probably think of 10 in the chat right now off the top of my head that could go out and would be better investigators than most all these TV personalities, because that's all they are, is TV personalities. With the exception of people like Dr. Meldrum and Dr. Bendernagel.
Ken Gerhardt legitimately goes out there. Ken really does go out in the woods.
Yeah.
But I can't say that about most of those others.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Just like that other show we talk about all the time, the comedy cryptid, the comedy cryptid team. That's what I'm gonna call them. You know who I'm talking about, DA. I mean, if you don't think that those guys are in it for the ratings, and you think those guys are serious cryptid hunters and seriously want to be out there getting answers, sorry, because that is specifically what I mean. They don't even try to pass it off as serious research like some of the others do.
And that's why, like, the night we went down to Joe Bald and tried to go live, we didn't find anything. We didn't get anything on camera, and we were the first ones to admit that. And again, the night when Eric Testerman gave me that skull we couldn't identify, we talked about it, showed it on the air, And then when I found out what it was, we admitted what it was. It was a dog skull. It didn't look like a dog skull because it was kind of messed up and really weird looking. It had a sagittal crest, which it turns out just to be that's the way that species, that breed of dog, their skull is formed. They've got kind of a ridge line in their skull, but we didn't know that. We presented it as something that was, and it's still weird how he got it when he was left on his porch. It's not like, he stumbled onto it in his yard or kicked it up in the dirt. He went out for a walk and came back and it was on his porch. So it's still freaking weird how he got the skull in the first place, but didn't turn out to be a dogman or a Bigfoot, anything like that. And the very next show, as soon as we found out, we were right there like, hey, turns out it's a dog skull. Sorry we got your hopes up, but when we found out what it was, we admitted it. And that's exactly what we're going to do, what we're going to continue to do going forward. If we're able to go live in some of these places like we're planning on doing, if we find something, you're going to see it. If we don't find something, you're going to see it. We're not going to manufacture something just to get you guys to freak out. It's just not going to happen.
No. And, I think that's what most of you enjoy about, us is we don't, if we don't know, we say, we don't know. We'll see what we can find out, but we don't. That's a head scratcher, or no, we didn't find anything.
Right. And if we go to a location, be it LBL, be it, Taylor, Mississippi, be it Joe Bald Campground or Combs Ferry or Big Bay or any one of the, if we, ultimately, fingers crossed, wind up in Port Chatham, we're going to share what we find and, what we don't find. If we don't find anything, we're just going to say, hey, area was creepy as hell, but we didn't find anything. And we're going to be 100% transparent about that. I'm not going to present something and make a big deal out of it when it's not. Kind of like that deer carcass Noah and I found, in Joe Bald. If I'd have thought that was a poacher, if the legs hadn't been snapped and twisted off, I'd have just been like, meh, poacher, and wouldn't have thought any more of it. But this is the third time that me, Robbie, and Noah. Robbie wasn't with us this last time, but this is the third time we've found deer that have been basically torn apart like that, and it's kind of a pattern now. It's interesting that we found it, and we stand by it because, again, we showed you the pictures and the video; those were not cut off. Mrs. Moon says, "Just the facts, ma'am."
Yeah.
AC, thank you, brother. We appreciate that, man.
Well,
Thank you, brother.
and y'all have heard us say that, and Casey and Angel and Kevin can all tell you, we say all the time, if you meet us in Walmart or at a show or whatever, we're the same way out in person as we are right here, and they can tell you that that's true, because there's just no sense in being any other way. And from personal experience, I know there's several in this community who really play nice on the camera, but when you see them in person, they act like they're the
bee's knees, we'll say.
Yeah, I'm trying
We'll
hard not to say. I'm trying hard not to say what I want to say.
Don, we're already planning on doing that Bigfoot game again. We just got to get the schedules worked out.
There's a big update coming for it too, apparently.
Casey said, Wyatt, yes, what did he say? Oh, thank you, Wyatt. I appreciate that, brother. The cream rises to the top. Got to throw in a Macho Man reference. Thanks, Noah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bones always ready.
I miss Macho Man.
Yeah.
He was so entertaining. Eric says, I've gotten 2 skulls like that and an empty, cleaned pizza box. When you leave your house and you don't leave the property, you just leave and go for a walk, and you come back and there's something like a skull sitting on your porch and you didn't see a vehicle come in and out, that's kind of a red flag.
Something wrong here.
Yeah, something's a little odd.
That's not where I left my skull. Why is it on the porch like that?
Well, it was like that night down when we were down in Moon Valley. We when Nathan played the shofar, we could hear a response way down the valley, but nothing we could even get on record. So we didn't even use any of that video footage. We got footage of Nathan playing the shofar, but the camera couldn't pick up the response. Yeah, the response was barely audible on the parabolic. Miss Lene says it's the bottom of the hour. Who should we talk about? What about to talk about the tactical midget?
I guess we got to.
Guys, check out brockblades.com. Ken makes custom blades. He's a retired law enforcement officer. He makes blades full time in the shop behind his house, and they're no two of them are ever going to be alike. They're custom made. Mine is on my desk somewhere.
Yeah,
I've got such a clutter on my desk. I can't find mine. I don't know what I did with it. Somewhere.
I think mine is
there it is.
underneath all my scallywags over there.
If I can unhook it from my headphones. There's mine. This is the skein do. And no two of these knives will ever be identical because they're all handmade. They're hand forged. They're hand ground. Even the handles are made by hand. And if you know somebody that's a knife lover or a hunter or a fisherman or anything, outdoorsman of any type, or even a veteran or first responder, gift of a custom blade is something that'll be treasured. So check out brockblades.com and don't forget to use
.cam.
code. Yeah, .cam. brockblades.com. And don't forget to use discount code cryptid10, cryptid10 for 10% off your entire order. And tell them we sent you.
Yeah, tell a tactical midget that we sent you.
That's right.
There he is.
John Wayne Gates says, I have to say you'll never forget getting growled at. I've spent many hours in the Washington forest. It's only happened once. We've had weird things happen a number of times, but the thing is we've talked about all the weird stuff we've had happen, but we've had times where we've gone out multiple times and just got absolutely skunked. But I'm a firm believer that any day spent in the woods is still a good day. So we may not find any evidence, but I still thoroughly enjoy my time out in the woods.
Yeah, I mean, even the times that we've been out and we hadn't really seen anything, we still just had a good time. DA, check the co-host chat. I sent something from Rodney. He did a quick sketch. Wanted to see what you thought.
Ooh, I like that. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, if we could clean that up and get him the font that we use for the Apex Predator series. Yeah, that would look pretty cool. I like that. Like that a lot.
I like it a lot. Good job, Rodney.
Lordy. Oh, sorry about that. Had a belch. Hey, Noah, why don't you pop on here for a minute and help Robbie keep things going? I need to step across the hall.
Dad's gonna go use the little girl's room.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll be right back.
Well, Robbie, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, Noah. How are you?
Oh, hanging out. I think it's 3D Havoc earlier mentioned cowboy hats for the giveaway instead of doing ball caps. And I said, well, if you want to fund it, then we'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know if I can afford to start grabbing any cowboy hats.
Right. I mean, like, if you're volunteering the money for us to start doing it, then sure, but
Yeah, that's a good cowboy hats ain't cheap.
I tell you what, in response to what Wyatt said though about getting growled, or what was the conversation about getting growled at, right?
Yep.
Getting growled at is definitely terrifying, but what we felt in Joe Bald that night was like a full body fear.
Yeah, it was.
That was,
And like I said, I've only felt that 3 times.
I just lost audio entirely. The whoops, wrong button. I can't hear you, but I'm assuming you can hear me. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, what the hell just happened?
I had to sign out. Time I came
Okay,
it's
well,
my audio, not yours.
I also lost audio.
I could still hear you every time you said it. You said I lost audio, and I could hear you. So I think it was just, yeah, we hear you.
I just had to refresh my browser because, like, I have YouTube going in the background. Like, my YouTube stopped too.
Well, your mom said the lights in the living room were flickering, so
Damn satellite.
Damn satellites. Damn it, Bobby, take the satellite off your neck. You're scaring Ladybird. Huh, feel better?
oh yeah. Yeah, my back teeth was floating.
Hate it when that happens.
Well, I need to come up with another trivia question for the other book and and patch because we're 20 minutes from the top of the second hour. Let me think here.
Hillary said I need a dry erase board where I can be right back. Audio out.
I've got a dry erase board. I need to start using it more. Let me think of another question.
Ooh, look what Kay Bauer said. 3D had an idea of a mystery science theater watch party, watching movies, but I don't know how would do you have to get stuff that's in the public domain to do that?
I don't know. No one might know more about that than I do, but
That would be fun though.
that would
Spoiler
be
for
fun.
you. I don't know anything about that.
I don't know what the legality is on that and whether or not we would be allowed to view copyrighted material. I know there are other channels that do watch parties. Maybe I can ask
Or
some of the other channels how they do that.
like the way and this is just how I understand it with this, like so bad it's good. Jason Brandt that does that one. They only show like every so often, like 5-10 seconds of a clip, and to keep from getting copyright struck. So I don't know if it's a timing thing, like you can only show X number of frames or whatever it is. But that would be pretty fun if we start doing that with cryptid movies. That
Yeah.
would be awesome.
I wonder if it's already streaming on YouTube, if we could get away with sharing it. I'll check into it and see if we can figure that out. That would be kind of cool to, like have a watch party. We all watch like Primal Rage or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of those movies last about the time frame of our show anyway.
They're right around 2 hours. And if they end early, we can always talk about them for a little bit. Don Donaldson says the problem would be getting everyone on the same time in the same show.
Well, that would probably be just something where we would have to have it queued up on the channel and just hit play, and people could watch it through our channel. It wouldn't matter what time it, because if it's already streaming on YouTube, it's there. You just have to we just have to figure out a way to link it into our channel. So when you get ready to hit it and hit play, it just starts playing. I don't know how all that would work logistically, but
Derek Buckle says National Lampoon's Cryptid Vacation. Michael X's DA must have drank him about 15 Dr. Peppers. No, it's just a big mason jar of green tea.
Little Twisted says she thinks Dog Soldiers is on YouTube. That would be amazing if we could watch Dog Soldiers.
You know what else would be a good one to do?
And well, you said it a minute ago. Primal Rage would be a good one to do too.
Primal Rage would be a good one. Now I know one that's on YouTube. I know for a fact it's on YouTube because I watched it there the other day, but it's not cryptid related. Last of the Dogmen.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a great movie.
Tom Berenger.
And it talks about the dog soldiers, which is where the basis for Apex Predator comes.
Appreciate it, Casey. I do what I can.
K Bauer says we all got to wear the crazy hats like the MST3K characters. I've got a whole collection of wild hats. I got some pretty goofy ones I could probably wear, including my pith helmet. Derek Buckle says MST3K, the man who killed Hitler and Bigfoot commentary would be fun. Dude, I'd be making fun of that movie the whole time because that movie was stupid. I don't think I could make myself watch it a second time.
That movie has already stole 2 hours of my life. I'm not giving it 2 more hours.
I don't think I could force myself to watch that again.
That's 2 hours of my life I'll never get back. I mean, that movie forcibly raped my eyes and ears. Sorry for using the R word, but it did. I'm not watching that damn thing again. That was the stupidest movie I've ever seen.
I only watched it because it had Sam Elliott in it. I assumed it would be good. I was incorrect.
Yeah, Sam Elliott could not even save that movie. And I would venture to say that anybody in the chat that's already seen the movie would probably not want to tune in and watch that one either. Other than the fact that we would just be making fun of it.
Yeah, we would definitely be ripping on it.
That would, and that's definitely not even in so bad it's good territory. It's just bad.
Just horrible.
No, you talking about the K-Bowers, you talking about the Chupacabra movie with Ponch in it, Eric Estrada? I would watch that again before I'd watch that stupid Hitler Bigfoot movie.
Sharknado before I watch
it. Yeah, I would 100%, because at least the Sharknadoes are stupid on purpose. They know what they are. They're self-aware. That thing thought it was a good movie.
We'd also at some point have to do Tombstone.
Oh, of course. But the problem with doing that is the three of us would be quoting the movie on top of the movie.
Yeah, we wouldn't be making fun of it. We'd be quoting it. My wife gets on to me whenever we watch that movie. She's like, shut up. We want to hear the movie and not you quoting it.
I mean, I don't know why anybody would think we would do stuff like that, but, I can't look at them as people no more. What? We're making money off of them. That ain't right.
Dr. 45-120 says, just don't shoot your computer. No, that's too expensive. I can't be doing that. All right, well, let me come up with a question for the last book.
Silverado's another good one too, Jay.
That's a good one.
Also, another good one, Unforgiven, with Clint Eastwood. That's one of my favorites too.
I know it's longer than our 2 hours would be, but we've also got Lonesome Dove.
Oh, Awesome. Quigley Down Under, another good one.
Well, there's
There's
a lot
some-
of great westerns.
Yeah. 310 to Yuma, either one.
The
old
old
one
one
or
or the
the-
remake.
yeah.
Both good.
Now, as far as that goes, I'm backwards on the Magnificent Seven. I like the new one better than the old one. The old one is dang near close to being a musical. The
Yeah.
new one is really good. I really love the new Magnificent Seven. Well, it's not new anymore. Open Range, Jeff. Yes, that's another great one. Dude, Kevin Costner and Kevin Costner, he should have only done westerns his entire career. If he'd have done that, he'd have been one of the greatest actors ever. But of course, he's got some stupid stuff in there that he did that almost ruined his career. The Mailman and Waterworld. But
Yeah.
the character he played in Open Range was just awesome. You the one that shot our friend? Yes, I am. Blam! Okay.
Mrs. Moon, yes, I have read the Dresden Files. I actually met Jim Butcher at a convention up in Kansas City. Super nice guy. Facebook user says, "Quickly Down Under gives me Declan vibes." I can see that. That shades of Declan right there.
Yeah, I can see. You asked me a question. Everybody in this country is butt ugly as you three.
I'm still trying to think of a trivia question.
Shoot us, Robin. Very good. Very good movie.
Great movie.
Not too many John Wayne's movies are not good though. The Duke was.
If we could find Western horror films.
There are actually some Western horrors. Most of them are really cheesy because there's Billy the Kid versus Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
There's Billy the Kid versus another. I can't remember. There's a lot of the old Spanish westerns. They did mix some of the horror in with it. And Hillary, as much as I would love to do Blazing Saddles, I don't think we could do that one and get away with it.
No, definitely not.
But that's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Northwood says, "How about the series Hell on Wheels?" I like that series.
Yeah,
Cullen
that was a good
Bohannon is a true badass. I love Cullen. I thought that series ended dumbly, though. I thought it ended stupidly. I would not have ended it that way if I'd been writing that series.
Derek, I'm talking about John Wayne's Western movies, though. I'm not talking there's only two movies of his that are not Westerns that I like. Green Berets and I can't think of the name of it, where he was the detective in was it San Francisco, I guess, or whatever. Towards the end of his career. What was the name of that one?
I don't remember.
Anyway,
We still need to give away the coasters too.
Ready whenever you is.
Okay. Do you want to come up with a trivia question, or you want me to?
I mean, I can try to think of something right quick. I guess I need to send it in the co-host chat to Noah.
Put in the co-host chat so Noah can do it, and then you can ask the question. Sorry, we both got quiet. We shouldn't do that. Okay, I'll try to talk while you're thinking up a trivia question. Roxanne says the wind's blowing hard there in Lamar. That may be why our lights were flickering. We're supposed to have a storm coming in tonight.
K-Bowers asked, what was the werewolf Western? They get held up in the bar, and turns out one of the gang members is a werewolf too. Was it like Westerns is in like old time Western, or was just Westerns like set in the West because there's like 2 or 3 things running around in my head right now.
We could do episodes of Kolchak.
That would be. Those are on YouTube.
Also, 2 movies.
Yeah, that would be good.
There's the Night Strangler and the Night Stalker.
Yep.
I'd have to wear my Kolchak hat for those. How many books do I have? I have 33 currently in print, getting ready to drop number 34. Was that bear wearing people's clothes?
I think
We'll say
that
a
bear
prayer
was
for it.
wearing
No.
people's clothes.
Prayer.
Yeah, Chris Pratt was awesome in that movie.
Derek Buckle says McHugh is the name of the movie.
I don't think I've heard of that one. I'll have to check it out now. Tubi is the place where you want to check on or find an obscure movie.
That's Super Troopers.
Yep. Cigarette, Noah?
The schnozberries taste just like schnozberries.
See, I mentioned Chris Pratt. Look at the women. Hillary. Chris Pratt, yummy. Thank you, Jeff. Noah didn't get. He got it. Y'all both got it about the same time. Hector Savage. He fought out of Kansas City under Kid Minneapolis. He fought as the Tokyo Kid. I can't think of a question because I keep getting.
Sergeant Frank Drebin, lieutenant with the police squad.
No, it's Lieutenant Frank Drebin, Detective Sergeant, Police Squad. For those of you who know, like Casey and Kevin and Angel, that's all DA Noah and I did. Just about the entire weekend was annoy the living. I was about to say annoy the living daylights out of Miss Annette, quoting Naked Gun, Airplane, Blazing Saddles, just about anything we could think of. One of us would start and the others would fall in line, and there'd go from there. And she was like, there's no way Robbie needs to move close to us because I would pull out my hair in 5 minutes.
Well, I kind of started it off on Saturday morning by knocking on your door. Candy gram from Mongo.
Mongo like candy.
And we were off and running.
Just like we are right now. It was no different than a show, people. I mean, we get sidetracked easy. What can I say?
Thad Brown says there's no tracks anymore. Yeah, we've kind of derailed.
Oh, no. We done went 2 miles off the rails, skidding and sliding and spitting up dirt.
Tracks. Karen Ellsworth says, trivia question, the real name of Clark's wife and her occupation. That's a good question.
That's mentioned a whole lot.
Yeah, that one's up. If you've read Lakeview Man at all, that one should be pretty simple. I want to get something a little more obscure.
Oh, I got it. Got it.
All right, Robbie's got one. This will be for the coasters. So if you win the coasters, just reach out to Robbie. We'll have Robbie's information up where you can reach out to him
and
put whatever logos you want on coasters.
While I'm typing this in, I know I showed a round one. All I've got now is a square, so it'll be the square. Still 4x4, but and same thing, Wild Hunt or Ex Machina, Apex. I can do that, or not Apex Predator. The Man's Marauders. I can do that one on it.
Looks like quite a few people answered the Amanda Clark.
Yeah.
Amanda Sanchez Clark, sheriff now. He was a deputy. She was actually a corporal when I first introduced her.
Yep.
And she wound up being sheriff. I think I've got one. I'm this one's going to be a little obscure. So
I know
I'll do this one. I'll do this one for the book and the patch.
Know my questions in the group chat.
That's a good one.
Yep. Yep. Hit it, Noah.
I put my question in there too, Noah. Antonio, no, I hadn't heard anything about that. If you've got any links to that, email those to me. I'll check those out. You going to read the question, Robbie?
Oh, I'm sorry. He popped it up there, so I didn't. What is Jay Matoska's Indian name? And from it was like, yep, Facebook user got it. White Bear. So Facebook user Miss Lene will put my information up, which will have my email. Send me an email and tell me what you want on the coasters, and
KC Calloway says, "Tell me about the shaving thing."
I hate you too.
No, he means from Lakeview Man.
I know but that's what Conrad said. Remember, I hate you too.
Because they'd never tell him.
Thank you, Miss Lene.
Yeah, Facebook user, reach out to Robbie, let him know who you are, give me your contact information, and he'll do that set of coasters. We are right at the top of the second hour. I'm going to go ahead and give away the next book, and this question will have a bonus attached to it. So not only will you get an autographed book of your choice, again, if I have it in stock, an autographed book of your choice, you'll get one of the Wild Hunt patches. And a little bonus item. I won't tell you what it is. I'll throw it in as a surprise in the package. If you can answer both parts of the question. But this is the bonus point. You have to actually have the name. So this one's actually pretty tough unless you happen to have your book handy. This question comes from the Lakeview Man. In the opening scene, Clark gets dispatched to a call. What is the road that he's sent to? What is the road where he gets dispatched to? And for the bonus point, if you can name the trailer park. I will be truly impressed if somebody got this from memory.
Nope, not that, Derek. Thank you, KC. I'm an impressionist.
Nice try, Derek, but that's not it.
Yeah. I don't even think that Blunt Road's not even mentioned in the
Not in
first
the first
Apex or first Lakeview Man.
It doesn't show up until the third book.
Yep.
But if you're ever in Galena, Missouri, it's pretty easy to find.
And pretty dang creepy. Just drive around the deer heads that are left in the middle of the road.
Antonio said, don't know how to send. Oh, just send it to my email, which is daroberts@daroberts.net. Yeah, we need to change that. No, we need to take the PO box over there. Don't send anything to the PO box. I've never changed that. But the email address is still active. No, if you get a chance, you go in to Stream Elements and fix that. Oh, he's already working on it. Cool. I haven't seen anybody.
I hadn't either. That's an obscure one, though.
It is, but it's in chapter 1. So
Yeah.
if anybody happens to have it on their Kindle or have their book, their copy of the book handy, you can look it up pretty fast.
Yes, Don, for the missing children or missing child.
Right.
Where he gets dispatched to. Yep, Judy, you're right. The little girl went missing and the parents were cooking meth.
Mm-hmm. You have the right scene. But what was the road that he was dispatched to?
It's not Blunt Road, people.
Yeah, it's not Blunt Road. And for bonus points, name the trailer park. KC got the mobile home park. Got the mobile home park.
Yep.
You got the mobile home park right. Now he just needs the road. I'm impressed. And did you look that up? Hillary, thanks for the heads up. My wife was telling me we got storms coming our way. Hopefully it doesn't knock any more tree branches down in the backyard. I'd hate to lose power. Even got the address right, 182 Lakeview Road. Yeah, it was kind of in the title of the book. Lakeview Road is where he went. And that trailer park is really there. Casey, you got it, buddy. Just let me know which book you want, and I'll get a copy of it. I'll get you the Wild Hunt patch, and I'll throw in a surprise for you as well. Roxanne says it got calm there. No wind hardly at all. That's good. Sonia says the questions aren't popping up on her screen.
Yeah.
Well, alrighty, folks. I will try to get those out as quick as I can. Let me know which book you would like signed. And if I've got it in stock, I'll let you know. If I don't, we may have to pick a different book. But I will get you a copy of the books. Those go to Wyatt and KC, and then AJ got the Ouch Pouch. I'll get those mailed out to you guys as quick as I can. White's got it now, but yeah, you'd look. Casey, did you have to look it up or?
Casey said, "I've already have every one of your books, so give it to someone worthy."
Okay. Well, the who got it second? Because after KC got it, did someone else pop it up? Paul Webb got the mobile home park. Wyatt got the address and the trailer park. He says he listened to it on Audible. Wyatt, since you already won one of the other books, if you don't won the book the first time, if you don't care, I'm going to give this one to Paul Webb. Casey, you sure? You sure about that before I change this? Looks like Paul Webb is the winner for the book in the patch. Paul, if you'll send me an email, my email address has popped up a couple of times. It's daroberts@daroberts.net. Shoot me an email with your contact information, and I'll get that out to you as soon as I can. Let me know which book you would like, and if I don't have it currently available, I'll let you know, and we can pick a different one. But I have most of them. I'm only missing like 2 or 3. But I think I've got all of the firsts of every series. If you're wanting book one of any one of the series, I think I have all of those, except for obviously Heart of Iron because it's not out yet. Oh, big shout out and congratulations to all the winners, and a big thank you to our mods tonight. You guys are doing an awesome job. Yeah, we didn't have much of a topic tonight. It was mostly just us celebrating,
Yeah.
being thrilled to death that y'all have put up with us for 300 episodes, and wanted to get you guys input on where you want to see the show go in the next 300. And we're growing. Be as big as San Francisco in a year or two. Very cosmopolitan. But we are growing, and hopefully our next big milestone will be the 10,000 subscriber mark. We're at about 8,900, so we're just a little over 1,100. If y'all could, please take a minute and if you whatever social medias you use, be it Facebook or you know Instagram or whatever media you guys use, if you guys would take just a minute out of your day and share this channel and ask the people that you know to subscribe to our channel, it would help us hugely. We would appreciate it so much, and it would also help things around here quite a bit. And mention the books to people that enjoy those kind of stories, because sales have not been awesome. The economy's not great. Everybody knows it. Sales have not been awesome, and right at the moment, our finances are stretched tighter than a gnat's ass over a rainbow. So I could use the sales, and I would
Johnny's favorite
definitely
saying.
appreciate it. Do what?
I said Johnny's favorite saying.
But it is true. I was joking earlier. Said I'd have to finance bubblegum. That ain't far from wrong. Um, but you guys have made this journey so amazing. We've had such a great time doing along the way. Met some amazing people. I mean, people that I now consider close friends that I never would have met had we not started this. And I'm really thrilled to have gotten to know a lot of you folks. Some of you in person, some of you only over phone calls and text messages. But it doesn't mean you don't mean the world to me any less. I mean, even if we've never met in person, I still think the world of all of y'all. And I thank you guys so much for making this journey so fun. It's been a lot of fun. We've done things and more than a lot of people ever would have give us credit. Um, we've had our ups and downs. We've had some interesting things happen, but we've stayed out of the drama, and it's something we're always going to do. I'm not going to get dragged down into the drama because a lot of channels seem to thrive on it, and I want nothing to do with it. And that's the way it's always going to stay. We're going to keep talk about cryptids and monsters and things that go bump in the night and books and crazy movies and throwing one liners at each other and movie quotes and all the things that have made us kind of infamous in the field. But man, we're going to keep doing what we're doing, but we're also going to be looking at involving some of the things like you guys asked for, like reading more viewer encounters. I'll try to put more of them together because I don't get as many of them as I used to. But I still do get them. So I want to start reading more of the encounter stories that we get. I want to do more lives in the field as we get that equipment. That we're going to make that happen. Um, we'll look into how we possibly could do watch parties. That could be a lot of fun, and we're definitely going to get a group of us together and play Bigfoot again because that was just a hoot and a half, and I really enjoyed doing it, and I'm looking forward to playing it again.
Yep, it was pretty fun.
Bobby and I learned pretty fast that we play it with a group because when it was just the two of us, we got killed pretty fast. We died. We died
Yeah.
a lot.
A whole lot. We finally, just so we could actually see, we had to one of us play as Bigfoot and the other one play as a player, just so we could look at the map because we couldn't make it.
Right where everything was at.
We couldn't make it a day without getting that thing coming in and killing us the very next day. And we don't even know where to go.
Much less, how to survive. We got picked off pretty quick, but it was still fun. And the first time that thing stuck its arm through the window when we were hiding in that camper, I about crapped myself. I'm like, oh my God. That game is a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't played it, it's on Steam. It's just simply called Bigfoot. And if you like playing video games, that one's a lot of fun.
Yep. And like I said, I don't know if it's already come out or if it's just or it's supposed to come out, but supposedly there's supposed to be a big time update for it, or it already has happened.
I need to log back into my Steam account and make sure I've got all the updates. But yeah, I definitely want to play that. Those games are fun. And again, folks, thank you all again so much for making this journey possible and putting up with us hillbillies out here making fools of ourselves and just having a good time. And because that's really what it's all about. I mean, I can't get up here and just be deadpan serious because that's just not who I am. Anybody that knows me knows I like to crack up and have a good time. So I can't just get up here and just be, this is the way it was. If you guys recognize my bad Walter Cronkite.
I was about to say, that's the way it is.
That's right. I couldn't just do that. So, of course, we're going to have sidebars and we're going to have laughter and we're going to talk about cool crap and movies and one-liners and stuff like that. But we're going to hope to continue bringing you guys
train derailments
with cryptids and train derailments, exactly, and get some eyewitnesses on here to talk about their stories, and we'll just keep growing from there. Oh, that's an awesome quote. Thank you. Let me put that up there. It's not popping up on this end. It's in the there we go. Sonia says, I honestly believe out of the blue, DA is going to take off and be on the New York Times bestseller list for weeks upon weeks. That's my wish and hope. Truly deserved. Thank you so much. I would love to see that happen. And if we can put a little crew together and shoot a promo video, I may get a hold of some of y'all who are close by or who might want to get involved in the project because we would need people to be additional characters. It's not like me and Robbie and Noah could do it all. So, if we can put a little promo video together, I may have to see who wants to join in. We'd love that. Folks, thank you again. Thank you guys so much. One thing, talk about the 22 a day foundation is near and dear to my heart. We lose 22 veterans a day to suicide, and that's 22 too many. So check on your friends and family, check on your loved ones who are first responders or veterans served in any capacity, and let them know you care about them because that phone call might be what keeps them off the edge for the day. And just reach out to them and let them know you care because nobody should have to fight those demons alone. And if you are facing those demons, don't let the hard days win because we all have them. And if you don't have anybody else to reach out to me or Robbie. I'd be happy to talk to you. I would much rather hear your story than read your obituary. And I mean that. And there's a few folks in the audience who have reached out. And I'm not going to call anybody out by name because that ain't my place to do that. But there are some people who've reached out who've wanted to talk, and I've talked to them, and I'm happy to do it. We can talk on Facebook video, we can talk by email, we can talk on the phone. It doesn't matter to me. But if you don't have anybody else to talk to, I'm happy to do it. Check on your brothers and sisters because there's not enough of that in this world. That's something me and Noah were talking about just earlier today. That it seems like lately, in the hustle and bustle and fast pace of this world, crap economy, and the way things are going around the world, that people seem to have lost their humanity. There's not enough, people caring for each other. There's way too much of people hurting each other, or scammers, or people stealing from one another, or people, killing one another. There's way too much evil in this world. And the Navajo have a saying that I think is absolutely fantastic. And I want to share it with you all. And it's something I think we should all take to heart. The Navajo don't just give a greeting, or they don't just say goodbye. They close out a conversation, or they part ways by saying, "Walk in beauty." And I think that's incredible. I think all of us need a little more beauty in our lives. Take a moment to appreciate the forest around us, or a nice work of art, or a good book, or a great song. But maybe we all walk in beauty. And I think that's my wish for all of you. And thank each and every one of you for 300 awesome episodes. And here's to 300 more, and bigger and better things. And if you guys would, share our channel out on your media, and share my books out on your social media, I would take that as a huge personal favor. And thank you guys so much for doing that and continuing to help us grow this channel. And we're going to close her out with a toast, how we've been doing here for a while. And it's something that I'm very proud of, and it's something I want to keep doing. And one of these days, I'm actually going to break down and sing it because it is a song. It's a beautiful tune. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to it, but it's one that'll bring a tear to your eye. But the toast says, "But since it fell into my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call. Good night, and joy be to you all." Good night, everyone, and thank you all so much for 300 amazing episodes.
Thank you for joining us. Catch us again Wednesdays and Saturdays on Ex Machina. A special thanks to all our channel members and Patreon supporters. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe.